Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and how are you doing? All right. I don't know if I labeled this live, but tell me where you're tuning in from. I am tuning in from Florida. It's a rainy day, and actually, we are heading out on a field trip. I call it a field trip because we are a homeschool family, and we're going to a super cool, it's actually not cool, I guess we're going to St. Augustine today for 24 hours, and so if you don't know St. Augustine, Florida, I've always wanted to go, and it is historical. So I might phrase this wrong, but from what I understand, it's the oldest city in the United States that is like well kept. And so I guess the streets are more narrow. It looks more like you'd be walking down streets in England is what I understand. Anyways, listen. I said, we're a homeschool family. We can go on a field trip. And we're going to St. Augustine. So we're going to be doing that today. We're super excited. If you've ever been there, what should we do? What should we see? We're going to be there for 2 days, today and tomorrow. We're super excited. So we are headed there. But where are you tuning in from? And I would love to know, why don't you say one thing you're thankful for? I have something for you. There's a couple of things we've been creating. So there is a habit tracker that I'm going to dive more into. There's actually a video. It's on YouTube, and it's not an incredible aesthetically pleasing video. The color's funny. But there's a video that I created that helps you understand how to work through the 7 habit tracker, like the 7 habits that we created to help you get started. It's to help you be mindful about your mindset. It's a tracker to help you understand, like, hey, we should be drinking water and how to get started with food and moving your body and celebrating and intermittent fasting. So if you've never received that tracker, it's free. If you post tracker below, you can have it to help you get started in this new year. Now, I have something else that we created. I say we because I have some friends and my husband, and so it's been a figuring it out together. But there is a calendar, and we were going to make this so you could actually go on and purchase it. I just don't know if you'll get it before the new year, and you can do with it what you want. It's a free PDF. So we have this created. It's called the Blessings Calendar, and I wanted to walk you through why I think this is so important. So years ago, I was told, and I wish I could remember, I've done this since the girls were little, probably even before we had our youngest, so at least 10 years ago. Somebody had told me about a remember wall, and they had said, hey, oftentimes we go throughout our days and our weeks and our months, and what happens? We forget what we did yesterday, right? Or maybe you're having one of those incredibly amazing days, and you're like, have you ever had one of those days where you're like, if this day was my everyday, it would be the best. It would be the best, right? And usually it might be like maybe somebody blessed you that day, or you blessed somebody else, or it was just one of those really sweet days where something great happened. And it might be so small, but to you, it's so big. And so for many years, I just put a poster board on the back of one of our doors, and I would write down January, right? And then I would, I would say, hey girls, is there anything you want to write on the doors, or anything you want to write on the piece of paper under January? Things that we were blessed with. I would say things that we saw God's hand on. Things that either we sowed a seed or seeds were sowed into us, if that makes sense to you. Things that we were able to give and things that people gave to us, or blessings, or just memories and moments that you didn't want to forget. And there's a reason for that. So isn't it interesting how you can have an incredible day? Just so you know, I think this is super powerful. Isn't it interesting how you can have an incredible day and then the next day it can be completely different and you can be in the most crabbiest mood and you forgot how great yesterday was, so you've allowed today to be terrible. Does that make sense? And a lot of it has to do with your mindset. So you could even take this biblically, right? So if you understand the Bible, or if you've heard the story of the Israelites crossing the Red Sea and how Moses put up his staff and the sea was parted and they got to walk across on dry land, right? It's so interesting if you follow along in the Bible how many incredible things happened, and yet the next day or, over a course of time, which wasn't very long, they had forgotten that they were set free from slavery, walked across a sea, and then started complaining on the other side, right? We can read these stories in the Bible, or you might hear other people's stories in life and you might go, how can you complain? Look at what has happened to you. And whether it's the biblical story or maybe you know of another story, it's interesting because I could go, how in the world did you forget that the sea was parted for you and today you're complaining, not believing for your needs to be provided? And so anyways, there's something that we did for years and years, and whether it is putting a poster board on the back of a door, keeping a notebook, I have a free PDF for you. And so you can just post blessings in the comments, but here's how it works. You can print it out. You can choose to send it to a Printify store. You can choose to send it, you can just print it out and hang it up on your refrigerator, or you can choose to bind it and print it like an actual calendar. But here's what it looks like. So it's an actual calendar. And the reason we're doing it this way, instead of going, hey, put a poster board up on your door, is this can be something that you can take with you and file it away and keep it so that you can go back over the years and remember. So for example, you can put it on your refrigerator, right? And this is what January looks like. So it's an actual calendar. Use it like a calendar. So fill in your life's schedule. But on the very top, it also says, write the things that you are most grateful for. It's reminders for you to look at this calendar. And let's say, somebody bought your coffee. You're going to write it in that day. So it's going to remind you to write things that you're thankful for, pencil in blessings or seeds that you've sown, note down every memorable moment in every day. So there is the calendar that you can use. There's a fun little quote, like on January it says, don't mess up good for perfect. There's a space where you can write down your accomplishments over the month, things you're looking forward to. And at the end of every month, there is a monthly reflection. If you choose to do it, this is yours. You can choose to do whatever you want with this. But there's questions like, what is your monthly wins? What were some challenges? How can you improve? You can write out your goals, habits that you started, 3 things that you're most grateful for in January, 2 life lessons that you've learned, 1 word that best describes this month. This is meant for you to take with you for the entire year, and for you to go, all right, so that let's say, we've got February, we've got March, each of them have a different quote. But let's say you get to April, right? And all of a sudden, let's just say man, this month is hard. I'm not going to believe for that. But let's say that this month, you're challenged. You could go, you know what? I'm going to go back to January and I'm going to go back and look at all of the things that I wrote down to remember all of the things that I wrote down in January and February and March, to remember the blessings and the seeds that I've sown. I think it's super important. We talk about forgetting your past, right? It's not that you ever, maybe you've had a hard past. Listen, I don't want you to live in the past of the negative things that have happened. Those are things that need to be not necessarily forgotten, but forgiven and move forward. This is meant for you to write down all of the amazing things that are happening in you and your family's life, so that when you have a day or a moment or a month where you're like, this I want to get past this. I want you to never forget the seeds that you've sown or the seeds that were sown into you. If that verbiage doesn't make sense to you and it's more of a churchy verbiage, think about like the things that people bless you with. You might go, Stephanie, maybe you don't feel like you'd have a lot of things that you're going to write down. I want you to start, I'm going to challenge you as we end this year and dive into next year to start looking for things that are like, thank you for opening the door for me. Hey, like it might be like this person smiled, or I had a great conversation, or if you look at life with a perspective of blessings, right? Things that you can sow into people and things that people sow into you, and you can fill this up. When you have a day and a moment, you can go back and reflect on it. That's what this is for. So if you want to have it, you can have it. It's a PDF, and you can print it out and fill it out how you want to. You can just post PDF for blessings in the comments, and I will give it to you. If you don't want it, totally fine too. So I wanted to come on here just because I think it's so powerful to get to the end of the year and look back at an entire year and go, wow, like that was amazing. Or look at the little things I had forgotten. I just think it's super powerful. So I wanted to give that to you as a little gift, and you can do with it what you'd like with it. Also, I just wanted to come on here and encourage you and go, hey, it is, how many days left do we have of this year? Less than 20. What is the date today? 14th? I don't know. And I want you to just, I would encourage you to continue to not only reflect on this last year, but like, where do you want to go next year? We've talked about vision boards, and we've talked about like, do you have a word for this year? Are you believing for something great in 2024? Have you sat down and reflected on like, here's what I really want. What is it going to take to get me there? If you haven't, I'm going to encourage you to do that, because where there's no focus and you're just diving in going, whatever happens, happens, whatever may be, I'm going to let you know that whatever may be, most likely won't be your plan, but it will be everybody else around you's plan. And if you have specific things that you want to accomplish this year, you've got to take some time and write it down, make a plan, get clarity on it, know the why behind it, take action. I've talked about the 5 steps to success. It's getting clarity, like writing it down. It's understanding your why, your deep-rooted why, taking action on it, not just like, I hope it happens. Like, you've got to put your hands to work. Number 4 is believing it's possible. Do you believe it's possible? Number 5, believing you're worthy of it. And that comes from, these 5 steps come from an incredible lady named Jamie Kern-Lima, who spoke at our event. And she said, listen, most people can get clarity. They can really write down their why. They even can take action. They need to believe it's possible, but a majority of people fall short because they don't believe they're worthy of it. And so she has an incredible book coming out in February. We're going to do it on this page when it's out. I think it's like the 20th. If you want to go order the book, just type in Jamie Kern-Lima, Worthy. You get on a pre-order list, and it'll be here in February. And I'm really looking forward to the book. But from now until then, I need you to know that you are worthy. You are worthy of accomplishing so many great things in your life. You just have to know and believe, and then put yourself in right environments. Put yourself around the right people. I need you to do the work to get you to where you want to go. There's not just hoping it happens, right? There is a part of hope that's powerful and faith that's powerful, but faith without works is dead. You need to put your hands to work in whatever you want to accomplish this year. It's not going to be easy. Like the simplest, it's mind-boggling the amount of people that want to lose weight but don't want to put in the work. So I would just encourage you. You didn't get here overnight. You're not going to get there overnight, but we can take these steps every single day to eating better and drinking more water and moving your body and working on your mindset. And I would love to help you on that journey. So whether you get this PDF, the Blessings Calendar, post PDF. Oh, you know what? Make sure you post the Blessings PDF or blessings below, because I have another PDF that's the habit tracker. So if you want the habit tracker, post tracker below. If you want the PDF of the Blessings Calendar, post blessings below. If you want both, post both.
And I'm here to help. So I want to encourage you, have a wonderful day. It feels like a Friday to me. It's so weird. It was like yesterday was a Monday. Today is a Friday. It's like I skipped a week, but it's okay. Cheers to a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I am mailing out trial packs. I've got some trial packs going in the mail. If you need some stocking stuffers for your own stocking, ketones, we've got some incredible, delicious keto cream for your coffee and a really great protein. So we've got some stocking stuffers that are on sale. If you've never tried ketones, post trial below. I'd love to get you more information. I drink them every single day. I think they're amazing. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.